So, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Bhavin Patel. I am Chief Editor of Industrial Outlook. And this is the second day of Ilakrama, and we are seeing there is a huge footfall specifically into your stall. And I guess the people have loved providing your product and solution. So, Minuji, just tell me about your product and services and offering into Indian market.
Thank you very much. With respect to Socomec, now we are into India market for more than 3 decades, and we are serving the segments which are in terms of switching, monitoring, and the critical power. So we have products as well as solutions which are able to get at this market very effectively, efficiently, and sustainably.
Entering into the almost 3 decades, right, into Indian market, and the 100 years you are also celebrating throughout the globe. So how does it feel? Because you started for the as a single product, the changeover systems specifically into this. So because if you can tell us about the product which has been now on the communication protocols and which is deriving all the sustainability, because the power continuation is the demand of any industry, right? So how have you came across the solution and how it has been changed to the uninterrupted powers?
Thank you, Bhavan. Actually, it feels very excited to be associated with Socomec because in the last couple of years, there has been a transition in terms of where we started from auto changeover switches, the basic versions with motorization. Now we got new iterations coming up with communication protocols with input-output modules, IoT-ready stuff. We also have enclosed solutions. We have bypass solutions which prevent the single point of failure. In terms of measurement chain, we have today devices which take care of monitoring with BACnet protocol, with Ethernet, with Profibus, specifically suited for the process industry. So it's come a long way. Plus, icing on the cake, we also have products which are amenable for use as part of the EHS requirements for the process industry, cement industry, automobiles, which is the safety enclosure by way of visual contact switch. And we also have a very strong offering for the energy storage and PV inverters, some latest state-of-the-art with reduced watt loss footprint and the latest in the technology. So we've come a long way, and I'm sure going forwards, we would be helping the industry realize its sustainability objectives.
That's fantastic. So coming to the part of the sustainability, right? The UPS is the basic part wherein the interruptible power is required for the industry, and the storage solution nowadays are coming into demand, wherein our honorable Prime Minister has said that the one world, one solar, and one grid to be generated, and the power has to be transferred to other solutions, right? So what are the solutions do we have specifically for the industry, and how we have moved forward?
Thank you for the question. So today on the UPS division, we have also experience on the market, so 50-year market experience. Predominantly, we are on data center market, but we have also in industrial market, because more and more we see that the process are also becoming an important asset to ask, let's say, constant power to supply. And there the UPS is an ideal solution for that. Our range in combination with the switch gear is provide a suitable solution for the industrial market to give a continuity on the process that will sustain the local production, the local material availability. This is where the UPS is used in different applications. However, also the UPS is communicating, so we speak about Profibus, BACnet, all the protocols are also associated to UPS to have a real-time use of the UPS on those applications. You were mentioned about sustainability or grid support. Okay, today we are also enlarging the scope of the UPS. Now the UPS goes for critical load. Today the UPS is also used to support the grid, peak shaving, frequency containment. Those are collateral functions where the UPS can contribute to sustain the grid. This is where the new dimension, where the UPS is looking for.
That's great. So coming to the part of the energy monitoring system, right? You have the bigger market share into India, and now the entire industry is changing towards the energy management, and which is basic essential part of any sustainable environment, right? And while to monitor everything is basic need of any industry to prevent the hazards or the any accidents. So how do you place or transforming this industry energy monitoring to management.
So, in this world, Industry 4.0 is playing a big role. So, looking at the way we are able to, collect the data, analyze the data, and then transfer it for the right purpose, for the right use, is something which is next in the stage. So, with the kind of innovations which we are already creating and the solutions which are already displayed here also somewhere, we have increased the connectivity of the products. And as Vishal rightly said, in terms of the connectivity, how we can connect the particular parameters, taking it from the process to the analytical platform, which is on the edge controls, which are on apps and applications, is the area which is going to move us from the point of monitoring to management of the solutions. So we are investing ourselves. We are also seeing that our footprint into the country is also increased upon manufacturing these products in-house within the country. And there's a commitment from the group to invest in India, to make in India, specifically on these aspects.
So coming to the part of the entire utilities are also now delivering in smart metering solution, right? And which is a big demand for the future. And definitely everyone, the data will also be a critical part into this, and cyber security will also be a part of this. So how do we placed into this segment for the future?
Uh, yes, obviously, cybersecurity is a big part. When we talk about data and we say data is oil and we have to refine it and refine it, cybersecurity plays a big part into it. So all the solutions which we are making, we are seeing that they are not only sustainable, but they are safe and secured also. Safety of data, safety of whatever parameters, and our customer analytics is very, very important. So we are committed towards the safety of this. We are investing into the organization with respect to our platforms which are safe and secured. Cybersecurity will certainly be a major part, which will be playing a big role, and we are investing our right efforts to be cyber secured with whatever data we are taking in.
So coming to the part of smart metering solution, right? The majority of utility is now being moving towards the smart metering. Do we have any products or offering for this segment?
We are having solutions for the digital panel metering as well as plug and play metering, which plays a vital role, which is basically the backbone of, I would say, the co-location data center facilities. Per se, we are not in the grid metering, but more so in the check metering part. Because when we talk about the monitoring, it's important that we are able to accurately measure the energy allocation even at low loads, which are far below the nominal. So today we are having the monitoring range, which can measure from as low as 2%. And we talk about the global accuracy of the measurement chain, which stays at 0.5 class, even at 120% loading. So that way we play a very vital role in this sustainability, because when we are able to accurately measure not only the energy parameters, but also manage how the harmonics are playing spoil sport, or whether there's a sag swell, something to be changed. So all that we are committed to, and as Mr. Meenu also emphasized, the goal is already our metering devices are password protected, but we are going to move forward towards more cyber security algorithms, and thereby contributing to the overall success of the package.
That's great. So the entire industry is now moving towards IoT, right? And Industry 4.0. So how many of our products are ready for IoT?
IoT is becoming predominant, absolutely. So the group is really moving to IoT environment. So all the product will be connected. Switch gear is going to be connected. Meter is going to be connected, already connected. UPS as well are connected. So more and more there will be connectivity with cybersecurity, coming back to your question, because it's fundamental. So IoT without cybersecurity is not play. So today it is important to have the product connected, because we can collect data. Having the data, we can also give back a feedback to the customer in the way he's using the product, in the way he's also having the load that the UPS is supplying, how to optimize the investment. This is where we are also using the IoT to optimize the investment on the customer side.
So coming to the question for the UPS, right? Nowadays the technology is also moving towards modular UPS and the modular battery storage systems. So how are we placed into this segment?
Modular is becoming a trend because there are different factors. One is for the customer in terms of mean time to repair. So if there is a failure, easily you can replace the part. If you want to increase the power, you can increase the power. But this is one part. Coming back on the sustainability that you mentioned before, so having the modular, you can replace the module, you can repair the module, without dismantle the module. So coming back on the sustainability, the modular is also helping to have what we call circular economy. What does it mean? You have a failure, you replace the module, you repair the module, you reuse the module. This is the philosophy that the group is embracing, just to show that there is a sustainability approach behind. Thanks to the modularity, this is possible. Last and not least, modularity is also an important asset for the industrial point of view. With the modularity, we can optimize the value chain, the industrial, the resources, because there is an important economy of scale that can optimize all the process.
That's great. So typically we are ready to change the support to the industry for the future demands and can be retrofitted as well as convert the new demands with the specifically on the technology advancement into the system.
If I can come back to your looking back, so the modularity, what is committed that we should guarantee also the retrocompatibility. So new modules need to be compatible with the former, let's say, generation. This also reinforces the approach of the group on the sustainability. So to guarantee always that what we are putting in place is compatible with the back to guarantee the retrocompatibility.
That's right. So the research, right? Every product success are backed up by the many of the research hours and the cost. So how are we placed into Indian market? Specifically, Indian market is very demanding, wherein the climate conditions are very rugged, and the people demands for the higher temperature is also there. In fact, the safety and security has not followed at the base level. So, and again, we have the excellent products which is sustained on the longer part without any maintenance. So, how do we design that specific criteria, or how do we arrive on that criteria, which is more rugged than the basic needs?
I think this is a very interesting and a valid question, because with respect to the situation of industry today, it is very important that we are rugged. We are available to take care of the ambient situations which are not very common, which are high in temperature. The voltage fluctuations are different. There are different reasons for the power quality to be at a different stage. And that's where Socomec plays a very important role. And this is important role. I would like to begin from the quality, from the capacity of the product which we are using into it, the rating of the products, the ingredients which are there. They are rated to the extent that we can take care of these eventualities or these fluctuations or these variations of temperature and other thing pretty well. So when it comes to derating, we understand what Indian situations are, and our products are prepared with respect to the ambient which is mentioned therein. And that ambient, there is no further derating which is there until that particular rating. So it's very rugged, they are reliable, and we have a strong service network backed up, and the majority of the services are in the contracts. So this is also important thing to understand, that it is not a service against failures. It is a service against ensuring that the reliability at the customer end, there's a confidence by terms of contracts, which is maintaining in. So we see that the product quality is very high. We have baked in all these standards which are required for taking care of Indian situation. And when we're driving a car on the Indian road, we know what kind of bumps we can face in. Similarly, at Socomec, we understand what are the situations wherein we have to create our product very differently, which are being created.
While we talk about the transfer switches, there is a technology called static transfer switches, right? So how do we compare, or are we have any plan to move into static transfer switches?
We already have static transfer switch range, both rack mounted and in a separate enclosure. That is to be used where we require an online transfer, let's say within a span of 2 to 3 milliseconds for the IT loads. When we talk upstream of the UPS, we need to have a secure transfer. There, sometimes a very quick transfer can play spoil sport. So we are having a dedicated zero position, which helps in attenuation of the induced EMF. And we have a three-way transfer switch, which is having additional layer of bypass mechanism. So even if something goes wrong with the motor, we always have manual intervention. This helps in improving the MTBF and reduces the MTTR. So when it comes to the power monitoring range, our products are complying with IEC 61557-12, which talks a lot in terms of tropicalization, So the metering range is more than ever, it's more rugged. Our PV switches do not derate at 1500 volt DC up to 70 degrees centigrade. Our ATS range is works fine without duration at higher utilization categories, even at 50 degrees centigrade. So the products are well designed to take care of the local needs, even in the most trying circumstances.
That's right. So well said, and that is the need of the futuristic design as well as specifically for the Indian environment, wherein the people are not used to take care of the preventive maintenance as well as the basic need of the enclosed environment and the heat dissipation factors, right? Well, we coming to the part of the sustainability, right? The energy management is the basic part, and there are the ISO standards specifically designed for this, and grid building norms also says that the energy management at each node of the device has to be taken care of. So what are the solutions specifically into energy management systems we have?
There comes the unique features of our DigiWare plug-and-play energy monitoring range, which is suited for measurement of single-phase, three-phase, as well as four-pole loads. There is a possibility of using 24-volt DC supply, which makes it even more safe. Even in case of upgradation or brownfield kind of energy management solutions, the system is up and running very fast. And as explained, we give the global measurement change with all the RG connectors, with the CTs, and depending on the kind of load, one can monitor, one can even access the load curves, the alarm attenuations, one can refer to the individual harmonics, to different kind of parameters are possible. And to cut further on the carbon index, we are having a single display which can take care up to 32 loads instead of having a dedicated meter for each load.
So instead of doing the multiple displays into panels, now we can have the single display and then we can change all the parameters we can see as well.
Absolutely, the parameters are configurable. It's possible to see these on the smartphones. It is possible to have a single display and have in a hybrid system both AC and DC side measurements.
So that's really cool, and while we can reduce the size of the equipments as well, because it always has the multiple displays units, needs in multiple sizes, right? So definitely that can reduce the cost as well, because nowadays the vertical growth is definitely have a huge cost for every developer, and the industry also they need to keep on space, while the production they have the less space and then they need to use for the specifically.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are committed to sustainability.
So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you
for
to
your
you.
specifically time.
Thank you to you.
And I hope the Socomec can bring the technology and innovation in the future as well, specifically into power switching, monitoring and conversion of the industry. And the 100 years of the industry is not a small time, in fact, and the innovations can bring up now the whatever innovations from 0 to 100 has been reached. Nowadays, I think that can be reached from 100 to 105. That more conversion, the entire industry will going to change into India, and definitely through the India it can reach to globe.
Absolutely, we are committed towards that, and we are also excited to showcase our products and solutions at Electrama, wherein we would like to present and showcase to our customers and our partners the same philosophy that yes, it is a sustainable future which we are building, and we are helping our customers and the country and ourselves to build a very strong future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.